Good morning, everybody, and welcome back. Or if you're new here, welcome to another edition of Kingly Conversations, man. And this week, we got a real hot one for you. But before we get into all of that, Zoe's got a shout out.
Shout out to all the people out there that's listening. Appreciate you. We welcome you back. Thank you for going on this journey with us, man. Let's go.
So this week, we talking about double standards. So strap in. Let the kings talk about it. All right, good people. Hey, welcome back to another edition of Kingly Conversations, man. And as I am every single week, I'm Alan.
Hey, what up, y'all? This is Zoe, a.k.a. Twine time. You know what time it is. Ask about my podcast, man. Let's go.
It's your friend, your mentor, Calvin D. Hill. Hey.
All right.
All right, hit it in the head.
So let's go.
Don't come out.
We was having a conversation about this new thing that's out. I'm pretty sure you've seen it, and all the medias and the platforms out here talking about your boy Will Smith to be exact, and your girl Jada Pickett
Willard
to
Smith.
be exact. Now we were having a discussion about double standards, and Calvin was saying, "What was you saying, Calvin?"
I was saying no. Okay, so I was saying that there may be some double standards, but I don't believe the roles have reversed, because you were saying that the women are very independent, or not independent. They were very aggressive.
Oh, most definitely, yeah.
And they're the dogs now. They're the wolves. They're the ones. That's wolves. What you were saying.
They are here.
Okay. I was saying, I wasn't saying that, but I do believe there is a somewhat of a double standard. Now, you went to were you going in the sexual aspect of it, or were you just saying in relationships in general?
In relationships in general.
That the women now, there's a double standard, because if half the men did what these women are doing now, they would be canceled or looked at differently. Is that what? Am I understanding that right?
I think the outcome would have been different if it
for
had
this
not
scenario.
been
For this scenario, we talk about
standard.
the face slap.
Yeah, all that.
Okay,
yeah.
So if the shoe was on the other foot, and she acted like that,
and he did
everything she did, he would be canceled.
And there would be a lot more scrutiny.
So
on him.
If he was like, I cheated on you, I had a tied up. No, I can't call it that. Tied up. You gotta call it something different there, because it ain't entanglement.
I had it intertwined.
Yeah. I had this, but okay. See, and I say is because it has been common for men for so long. True. That women are finally lashing back. Because, like you said, okay, I don't think I wouldn't say a double standard, because for men for years, like if men cheat on their woman, it's like, oh yeah, they get over it and the woman stay.
Not no more. That's old. That's
okay. That's an old. That's an old.
Yeah.
All right. So nowadays, though, if women cheat, do men stay?
Yes. You want to know why?
Why?
Because she wear the pants.
What?
And he ain't going nowhere.
I don't know. I don't agree with that.
I'm not talking about me.
Right,
I'm talking about these other
I understand. But then
can't even get your thought together.
No, that one threw me.
That's not 100%. I'm not saying this is the absolute. I'm not saying that this is everyone out there. I'm saying there are some cases now that if, for example, man standing with a female, whatever, and she's doing her thing, but she wants to do more than that thing. So now she's out here, and if she does it, even if she get caught, she don't care.
Okay.
Because the dude ain't going nowhere because he's stuck under her wings.
That's his fault.
I understand that, but
all right.
understand
So, so you're saying that's a double
example.
standard? Because for men, if the man is taking care of everything and the woman is up under him, and then he do his thing and she stay, that's not.
Well, it would be more scrutiny. However.com, I'm saying this: if you're a dude, don't be crying out here in these streets. If you get caught up in that, that's all I'm saying. You did it to yourself. You a clown.
So you okay? So you saying he's less than? He's slightly less than. That's the scrutiny you talking about.
I'm not the type of person that will put myself above or anybody else. But I'm just saying, if you caught up in that type of scrutiny, then you need help.
Okay.
You need some kind of help. But anyway, that's off topic. So my thing was when I was saying that now the females, you know what? You said something earlier too. You mentioned that the women retaliate if a man did something. Like, or if they're in a relationship and the man goes out here and cheats, and the woman feels like she can or she feels a need to retaliate,
right.
she goes to do
right.
something that's similar to that
right.
that technical foul. What do you want to call it?
You don't call it? Yeah, you can't call it entanglement.
Technical foul.
We're gonna call it something. We're gonna make it something else. All right. So right.
I think that has been going on for so long. Like that is not new.
Right.
It's nothing new.
But it's frowned upon differently.
That is correct.
Okay, so what I'm saying now in today's society, it's no different. It's no difference between a man doing it and a woman doing it. To me, it's the same.
Correct.
It's the same. The same scrutiny should or shouldn't be there because I don't think some people scrutinize it. I don't. Some people do. Some people don't.
Well, in regards to Will and Jada, because they are a public figure, I personally believe the media is pushing a narrative that
woe is
would
her.
Be yes.
And I don't know the whole.
You saying they're pushing the media pushing narrative.
That she's the victim.
She's okay.
I don't think she's a victim.
And Will Smith is a problem because he doesn't know how to control it, which he is a problem.
You say he don't know how to control.
Let me
see. Okay. So now let's use that. Let's use that. The man don't know how to control his woman. So
no,
is that
his
the
emotions.
Oh,
not his woman. I ain't into that.
Oh, so he
I'm not into that controlling thing. I'm talking about he wasn't man enough, quote unquote, to control his emotions because.
But if it was a woman that did that. What? Oh, well, it's the same old.
I don't think nobody would bat an eye.
If a woman lost control don't talk about my man. Keep my man off. Woo. What? You think so?
I don't know. I believe so. I don't know.
Well, it
wouldn't be scrutinized.
I don't think it would be
scrutinized.
I think it would be for other reasons. Because one, you don't see a women nowadays going to bat for their man that way anyway.
What?
You do not see women going
I heard what you said.
I don't see that happening often. You don't see that televised.
Televised, yes.
You don't, yeah.
Televised?
Yes. Okay, give me an example of a woman now, especially nowadays with the women empowerment movement, which we all love and all that, yada, yada, yada. But we don't see that woman behind and supporting of her man with that kind of ferociousness that, don't you say nothing about my man, don't you? You don't see that. You don't see that. Come on, give me a. Come on.
I got nothing.
Exactly.
I'm thinking.
You don't see that.
I am actually thinking, but you talking to a person that don't really watch TV and stuff like that. So I don't
either. But
I don't.
That's why. Go ahead, Alan.
Should you?
Should you what? Have a woman that?
Should you see it?
And okay, so this goes with the double standard. Should you have a woman defending you?
Well, no, that's not what I'm saying.
Okay.
I'm saying, should you see it either way? Because look here. If I have to physically come to my wife's defense, all hell is gonna break loose.
But shouldn't you do that if necessary?
If necessary. But I ain't doing that because of words.
Right. But
you got to bring hands for me to lay these anointed hands on you.
Okay, so if all right. So okay, here you go, because we talking about double standard, right? Like so if somebody if a man put his hands on your woman, you as a man are obligated. Well, I ain't gonna tell you obligated because everybody different. Me, I feel a certain way. My wife know how I feel. Do you think if a woman puts her hand on you, your woman should come to your defense? Because the standard is, if another man touches your woman, you as the man in the relationship should step up. Is that standard the same way for women?
Is it that way?
Is it?
Are you asking me, is it or should it be?
He's asking you, is it?
Is it?
Because you're talking about a standard. If something's a standard, it goes for both ends. Okay, so we'll come back to it.
Some people don't have morals, so
no, but this ain't got a moral thing to do with it.
I've seen some dudes Google like, yo, if you touch me, yo, you gonna get these hands, and
right.
Then it's
but
a problem.
This ain't a moral issue.
Okay, all right.
This is just a baseline standard. If you do this, this is what happens. Okay, so let's change it up and use money. For some women, they want men with money.
Okay,
you make 6 figures, yada yada. You know the whole spiel.
Man, we gotta graduate to 7 figures.
Hey, so right, so should that same standard be imposed on the woman? I am a single man. I want a woman that makes
7 figures.
7 figures, and she gotta have, and she better be. So should that standard, is that the same? Are we saying that it's the same standard now? Are we saying that?
It's never been that way. But
you're saying today in today's society, you're saying it should be that way.
Should it be that way? I don't think so.
So you're okay with the double standard?
I am okay with for me in my house. For me in my house. We don't get down with the double standard. We don't. So
whatever the bar is for one is for the other.
Not necessarily. Not necessarily. I wouldn't say that, because as the man of the house, I am the protector. I'm expected to be the protector.
To do that. So you have a role to play.
I do have a role to play.
So you don't believe in.
Now, granted, Ashley can defend herself as well. However, if I'm there, it's going down. I'm going to step up, and I'm going to take care of what needs to be taken care of.
Do you expect Ashley to die for you if necessary?
No. But I believe, if necessary, I am to die for her if necessary.
Okay, so that's a standard.
For me in my house.
For me in my house. I understand what you're saying. I completely understand.
I'm just saying.
For some people in our society,
they feel as if it should be both ways.
Right. Everybody should be equal. It's the same. There's no role, your role, my role. We both can do the same. We're the same. Agree to disagree? Or your society has said, because
I think Alan cooking with some.
Here we go.
What you cooking up, Alan?
Here we go, Alan. What you cooking up? Bro. Everything the same. Is it?
Here's the thing, right? You need to have these conversations with whoever you're messing with, and y'all need to iron that out, right? Because here's the other part, like the whole dying for somebody thing. Here is also the problem, though. So let me just be. So I'm going into every situation with the thought process of coming out on top.
Right.
I don't care if it's Indiana Jones and I'm facing the priest dude that can pull your heart out. I'm going in, right. I'm going in like, no, you finna be gone. Not me. So, but part of that is because I know that one thing, because we, in summers, we haven't like deeply discussed it, but my wife would also want me to still be here. Mm-hmm. So for me, dying for her does no actual good, because then you still have to mourn the loss of the husband that you have had. So it doesn't, especially in our case, we don't have any children or anything else that somebody would have to take care of. So there's no benefit to either one of us really dying for the other one. What we should be doing is doing the best we can to make sure we both stay alive for each other.
I like it.
So, but it depends on, if y'all like dying in y'all relationship, then die, I guess.
I mean, if I ain't got to die, then
I'm just saying, if y'all like dying. Now, yes, I found out very quickly after I got married that I was definitely the protector, although she is still the one that will have to wake me up because I probably won't hear it. So she would, hey, somebody at the door. Then I will go out there with thing one and thing two and thing three to handle business. Mm-hmm. So, but that was. There wasn't a discussion. It was like the door blew open one night. The alarm said bloop, 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 front door.
I got to go check.
And I realized then, I was like, oh, yeah, that's me.
My turn.
That's me. So I went up there. Fortunately, the door just blew open. But I was certainly ready.
So what Calvin is asking is, do you expect Janine to get up and go to the
I don't necessarily expect Janine. Off? No, but the reason in our case that I don't expect it is because I am the stronger of the two of us.
So for you,
like it's not
house.
For me. Yeah, and it's not leaving like she's not deadlifting what I deadlift. She's not bench pressing what I bench press. So if there's if some Calvin looking fella is out there, not even Calvin, we're not even gonna use Calvin. If Eminem is out there, I stand a better chance than she's gonna stand. Unless that person happens to be like a black belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and Muay Thai and everything else. But even then, he can't do nothing with hollow points. So, oops, sorry. Shouldn't have brought fist to a gunfight.
Let's move on.
So the short answer is no, I don't expect her to go. But the longer answer is because of the differences in our physical stature.
But see, that's
now if she was like, if she was one of these UFC fighters, I might be like, hey, I can't, you be beating me down. So that's my whole deal. Yeah. Like if you was a UFC fighter, if your name, give me a UFC fighter name. That's a woman.
No.
Okay, fantastic. One of them. I ain't watched UFC in some years, so I don't really know. But Chris, like if you was Chris Cyborg or something like that, then yeah, by all means, please go out there and handle that.
Showing your age right now, but I'm listening.
Hey, I stopped watching after a while.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, I'm done with this.
Yeah. So to answer your question, Calvin, there is definitely a level of double standards out here in these streets. There is.
There's no misunderstanding. There are double standards.
It's been around for ages. Yeah, definitely. 100%.
And we should be okay with them.
Just make sure you know the double standards in your house.
Wait a minute, sir. I'm not agreeing with it. However, I'm just answering your question that there is definitely a double standard in the States, in the world. Everywhere.
Passport.
You don't think it's just roll or just?
I think it's a historical role, but see that even goes back to because
cavemen. It goes back to Neanderthal days, bro. This standard has been set way before we even got here, bro. It's been here, and
the standard was taught. Like it's not like you didn't naturally just say, "Oh yeah, I think I want to beat people up instead." Somebody taught you that you, boy.
All right, God of War.
That you were responsible for being hard, masculine, fighting. Don't wear your emotions on your sleeve. All of that. So you were taught
if you weren't taught that, if you weren't taught masculine and feminine energy and all about all those things that we have, you wouldn't know. You wouldn't. I don't think we would. I don't naturally.
You know how I know you might not necessarily know because if you look at look at dances that men do in the United States
compared to men
do in Africa,
right?
And they look far more feminine than some of the feminine dances in the United States.
Whoa. Yo,
but they are not feminine men.
Hey, yo, you talking about the guys in the States dancing?
No, these are the men in Africa, the way they dance, their dancing styles. I wish we knew some names of them, but some of their styles look feminine.
Right.
Compared to in the States.
Okay.
But they are not at all feminine.
But they're
so
not.
That's why their standards are totally different.
Yeah, this whole masculine and feminine is taught to you by the society that you live in. The society you live in determines what is masculine and what is feminine. Because that's just like, it blows my mind, and it bothers me to no end when men say they can't cook. It's like, why?
I don't think.
Why can you not feed yourself?
I don't think that's a masculine or feminine trait.
But some people think so.
Some people believe that they're.
Some people think so.
In a relationship, some men believe that
that's why this whole
only women should cook.
Only women should cook, which I think that's weird because most men are the ones that own restaurants.
That's crazy.
But you want the women in the kitchen.
One man told me, he's like, "Hey, Twine, you know why I never bought my wife a watch?" I was like, "What? Why haven't you ever bought her a watch?" And he told me, because there's a clock on the stove.
I can't.
I'm just saying, there are people out there like that.
There are
people out there like that. So I just want to share my experience with y'all, man.
That is one thing that when people in general, when they say, "Oh yeah, I don't know how to cook," I'm like, "Well, that's a fake. That's not winning. You don't get no sprinkles. You don't get no sprinkles. You ain't winning if you can't cook. Like, you get nothing. Like, you out here burning you burning water too.
So I don't understand that. But if you ever lived, how do you eat if you live on your own? You eat out every day. I don't understand that. That's foreign.
Every day. Or you only get microwave stuff.
No. Or you process foods.
You heat up stuff. That's what you do. You don't cook. You just heat up.
Yep. Processed meat. All that stuff. All that.
Spam burgers.
I learned how to cook. I had to learn.
I understand that.
I guess. Okay. That's unfortunate.
That is unfortunate. But to answer your question,
but some people would say that the standard is the woman cooks and the man doesn't even need to know how. And there are people raising their children that way.
I hope not, but there may be.
Oh, yeah, no, it is. Maybe. It is. Walk down the street.
Double standard.
That's a double standard.
Walk down the street.
Double standard.
And I think is D-U-M dumb.
But have you noticed how society has kind of butt back on that double standard to try to make it, or not the double standard, but they're trying to go against the standards to make a new norm. If that makes sense.
Such as
yes, such as
men don't have to be the breadwinners. So we got women out here being the breadwinners in the house now. It's a new norm.
Okay, but I don't see.
You know who needs to be
I think whoever making the money.
Right.
Whoever we in it together. But again, okay, hold on.
I'm just comparing it to the old mindset versus where we're trying to go.
Right. Now, in our society, we don't have, or we don't value marriages the same way either.
They have changed.
We don't.
The standards of it have changed.
Man, we don't value it.
What are you talking about?
I said what I said.
Explain.
In our society.
Explain.
Okay. In our parents' generation, marriage was seen and esteemed highly. It was seen or told or taught that you should be, or you want to be.
That's where you want to be. That's what you want to achieve.
Yeah, you want to achieve this. You want to be in this. In this society, you get more. Why should you get married? You should just go live together and then make it work. And you pay your half, I pay mine. And you ain't got no.
There are significant questions as to if looking at again. Now y'all don't count because y'all had parents to stay together. My parents did not stay together.
Right.
So So then all you see is all of the issues and trauma that come as a result of being married. Yep. If that's how you grew up, unless you were like I was just a weird kid, I always wanted to be married. So even at like 6, 7 years old, I was like, I just want a good life and a good wife. That was all I ever prayed for. Good life, good wife.
Good wife.
That was it. So
old cliche.
That was it. Hey, that really was literally it. I was not like, oh, let me have a Lamborghini. Nah, good life, good wife, and I'm good. Yeah. So, but I say that to say like, so, but if that wasn't the situation you were in, if all you saw in marriage, if you didn't see a loving marriage at all,
right,
why would I want to go do that?
Exactly. Right.
Now, I'm not gonna say now. You know, at some point in time, you got to determine your own fate. But there are certainly pros and cons, depending on how you look at it, to being in a marriage. Especially if you looking at it from the standpoint of you might get up out of here one day. Then there's definitely if you're looking at it as not a lifelong commitment, then yeah, you might want to just stay single and live together, because especially whoever make more money, the other person might be getting some of that.
There are some people out there that would just get married just because of the financial benefit.
Oh, you saw that in the military all the time.
Yeah.
Get that extra BAH. Man. That buck.
Can't stand each other. Up here scrapping and all. Out there going clotheslining each other.
European uppercuts, man.
Well, this check looking good, though. You're going to need it at the hospital.
No, you ain't. No, you ain't, because you going on base. Okay. Nah, you can't go on base. You got to go out in town, because then they be asking questions like, what's going on here?
Oh, that commotion. My neighbor, they out there doing something they ain't supposed to be doing.
So, there are double standards.
There are double standards.
Now, the question is, should there be? That's,
should that be? Probably not, but is it? It is what it is.
And my new book will address it.
I'm a bite. What's the new book? I'm biting. What's the new book?
Burn It All.
Cue the music.
Cue the music. I gotta get this boy.
Yeah. All right. So, in closing,
to be on.
In closing, the question was: is it a double standard? The answer is yes. Should it be that way? Probably not. But it is what it is. That's all I got.
That's it.
For me in my house.
For me in my house, we will burn it all. Burn down all these standards. Build your own. Make your own rules. What goes on in your house will go on in your house. As long as both of y'all, BOF of y'all are happy. That's all that matters.
Word.
At the end of the day.
Hey, yo, shout out to Tupac, man.
Don't matter what.
I'm gone.
All right, we see y'all next week, man.
Yeah.